Hello, I'm Chef John. Today we have a video. And what are we going to talk about? In our prior video we were talking about oatmeal and different ways you could prepare it, either cold or warm, cooked or uncooked or pre-cooked. And somebody raised a question about salt. A very good question. Now, what is salt? We all see the proverbial salt shaker on the table in the restaurant, and we have them at home. And what is salt? What is salt? What's in here?
NaCl.
NaCl, okay. Sodium chloride. But you know, there are two other ingredients, and there's no label on here. They're anti-caking agents. They're not food, folks. They are not food. They have to raise the temperature to a high temperature, well over 115 degrees, up to maybe 600 or 900 degrees, to bind these anti-caking agents with the salt, so that the salt will pour. And remember when the salt didn't pour? My grandmother had grains of rice in the salt shaker so it would not stick together. Well, the companies have come up with the idea of binding anti-caking agents, and they're feeding anti-caking agents to us in the salt, and it's not food. So what can we do? Well, we can choose other types of salt. Sea salt, you've tried sea salt, I'm sure. It's available, even restaurants now will have it. This is another type of salt, and it's called real salt. Now, I always like to get local if I can. This salt is actually from the United States. It's from Utah. And the story is that this family farm found there were deer drinking the water and eating the salt near their land. And they found they had salt underneath their land, so they started mining and processing the salt, and they had it tested. This salt has 60 minerals in it, trace minerals, including potassium, which we need a lot of. It has a little bit of sulfur, it has some magnesium, very little zinc, very little copper, manganese. It has iodine, it has phosphorus, and sodium chloride.
How many minerals was that?
60 different minerals, and if you taste it, there's a difference. And there's another type of salt which they have out here at Charlie's Natural Foods here in Frankfort, Michigan, and they have in that Himalayan pink salt 82 minerals. How many minerals are there in the chart? Now, we don't need a lot of those minerals, but it wouldn't be better to get the minerals in your salt instead of in a mineral pill? A mineral pill does not have 60 minerals in it, nor does it have 82 minerals. There is one other source that we can use, and I'm going to step aside here, and I'm going to show you what I have used for many years. And I go right to the sea, and I use dulse, and I sprinkle this in my smoothies. I sprinkle it on salads, and I'll pass this around. This is very high in potassium. It has fiber, no sugar, has protein, it has vitamin B12. Oh my gosh. You can get your salt and your vitamins in dulse. Quick little story. I ran a 15-mile race. At the end of the race, I got into the car, a stick-shift car. I started the engine, pushed in the clutch, turned the steering wheel, and I got cramps in both legs. It was a potassium deficiency. I did not know it at the time, but my legs hurt. I turned off the car, opened the door, rolled out, not into the asphalt, into the grass, started massaging my leg. I can reverse that potassium deficiency with dulse by chewing on the dulse. And so I use that now for my source of salt. You have choices of real salt. You could use sea salt. You could use Himalayan salt, Celtic salt. But consider the fact that there are other kinds of salt out there. Thank you.